global warming? UN, that means the United Nations. We are well on our way to the 6th global extinction of species. Actually, it's been that for a long time in the history of the planet. And states are still failing to halt the main drivers of biodiversity loss, including habitat destruction, poaching, and climate change. Office of Human Rights, the United Nations. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? Extinction of species and possible nuclear winter. Today I want to rant about Venezuela and a little bit about Venezuela. And it's of course my very short little rant, but if I can't get there, it's gonna be a two-parter again, because things just happen. Scientists categorize Earth as a toxic planet. Earth and all life on it are being saturated with man-made chemicals in an event unlike anything in the planet's entire history. Physics.org reporting. Antarctica hits record high temperature at balmy 63.5 Fahrenheit. Yahoo reporting. Happy days. NATO insiders suspect staged Turkey coup. Aldrimer.Norway reporting. Yes, interesting. Originally, it really did feel that way. It's interesting if NATO insiders suspect. It would have fitted a pattern, certainly. Polish judges urged to fight every inch for their independence. Supreme Court President says plans to change how judges are appointed could turn courts into plaything for politicians. The Guardian. So the right-wingers in Poland are gonna do, United Stations. Deported gay Afghans told to pretend to be straight. New UK Home Office rules would send gay asylum seekers back to Afghanistan, where homosexuality is illegal. The Guardian again. Disability benefits should go to really disabled people, not anxiety sufferers, says Theresa May's advisor. George Freeman's comments will only feed into negative perceptions of disability and add to the stigma surrounding mental health issues, says campaigner. This is from The Independent. Again, The Independent, but I'm pretty sure this is true. So again, I'm pretty sure that the United Kingdom is pretty far from where, anyone, John Locke or anyone imagined that it would be. Working mom's death shocks South Korea. A mother of 3. She had returned from maternity leave only a week before her death last month and immediately went back to working 12-hour days. StraightTimes.com reporting. So again, since, one doesn't yet have so much information, but it would seem that neoliberalist hell is absolutely everywhere. It covers the globe. Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, is facing growing political pressure to address the steady stream of asylum seekers who have been braving freezing temperatures, fields of waist-deep snow and icy ditches to cross into Canada from the US by foot. The Guardian reporting, and this is, from last week. All one as a European can say to to the Canadians, Welcome to the club. High rent could make Toronto a generational ghost town. CBC reporting from, Toronto. Yeah. Again, neoliberalism seems to be ruling the world. Just galloping. Rodrigo Duterte's next target. 9-year-old children. Duterte and his political allies are backing a bill that would lower the age of criminal responsibility from 15 to 9, giving a police force known for violent impunity more room to target suspects who still have baby teeth. Well written, actually. Wow, it's Washington Post. That's why it is so dramatically written. Yeah. And now it was, full out war with communist rebels, wasn't it? Again, it's like in a decent restaurant, you get what you order. That's voting for Duterte. Well, in last monologue, Israeli comedy show host, it's Asaf Harel, implores Israelis to wake up and smell the apartheid. This is Haaretz.com reporting. Asaf Harel's scathing indictment of Israeli society has gone viral. Again, this was a few days ago. And again, it is one of those things that actually gives you any hope in the world that there are people like Asaf Harel. It was very good what he said. It was very good. Yes. Policeman to be tried for urinating on a Palestinian. Times of Israel reporting. Yeah, good. I guess there was some sort of actual, question for a while whether anything is going to be done. Israel to Amazon. Stop selling Holocaust-denying literature. ABC News reporting. I don't know. The world to Israel. Stop doing apartheid to Palestinians. US slams Russia over increased violence in Ukraine. An upsurge in fighting has resulted in increased casualties among Ukrainian soldiers and restrictions on OSCE monitors. The US calling on Russia to honor the Ukraine ceasefire under the Minsk agreements. Deutsche Welle reporting. Considering that all, possible evidence points that the violence was increased by the Ukrainian government to get some attention from the new US government, that again would seem to be some sort of a trick, don't it? A fierce debate is raging over whether forest rangers in India should be allowed to shoot poachers of endangered species, as a national park in the north of the country recently became the latest to allow guards to fire at such criminals. The national... Which is it? Is this AE? Is it South Africa? I'm sorry. Where's the national? I'm not quite certain. Again, I could never kill another human being or an animal for that matter. Never, ever, ever. And simply would just die myself instead of doing it. But since we have soldiers and police and so on, one can say that, yeah, possibly, yeah. If they don't stop poaching otherwise, shoot. I can't believe I'm saying this, but again, if you take in remember what the UN report just said, yeah. 2 transgender Pakistanis tortured to death in Saudi Arabia. Tribune.com, Pakistan reporting. Nigerian software engineer given coding exam at US border, BBC reporting, and this was everywhere else. Philippines. Oh, let's just ask, how do you feel the world is doing? Let's say I have better news. China coal use fell again in 2016. Solar capacity rose 82%. And I mean, of course, these are still, taking it overall, but still, I mean, that's good news. Oldest traces of life on Earth found in Quebec. CBC, Canada. Reporting, and Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, I guess. Or company. I'm sorry, I don't know. And it was really old, 4 point something. Highly interesting. So, a good news. Woo! And yes, again, lunatics do sometimes perhaps do something good. Philippines, Duterte signs Paris Agreement to slash greenhouse gases. ClimateChangeNews.com. US President Donnie Taihan's administration is preparing to ignore any rulings by the World Trade Organization that it sees as an affront to US sovereignty. Reuters reporting. And I mean, this would be beyond good. I mean, considering that, the World Trade Organization is a criminal organization, and so far it's the country that's mostly been running on it and for its policy is the United States. So if the United States suddenly starts, undermining the World Trade Organization, that is incredibly good news for the entire world, isn't it? 1 Bitcoin is now worth more than an ounce of gold. Forbes.com. I mean, this is the end of the world. It's completely mad. Venezuela is down to its last 10 billion. Money at CNN reporting. And so now I have a little bit of time to do my rant on Venezuela. And it's quite simple. It's very short. But would it now, and for some time ago, wouldn't have been the moment for somebody to help some other country, some other instance, to help Venezuela and actually help, not International Money Federation, not a criminal organization, but, somebody to actually help. I don't understand. All the news, other than the United States news, which is just preparing an invasion, but, all the other news, it's like Venezuela would exist in a vacuum. And why has no one gone there and actually helped them? Just one big investment so that they would have something else that they could build on, something else than just oil, which is a poor base, to just be an exporter of crude oil. I mean, that's a disaster. So I mean, why hasn't anyone helped a long time ago, actually? And again, to go back to what I earlier have been saying about a big brother system where a country that is doing well or better takes a country of similar size and simply concentrates all its foreign aid on that particular country and fixing that country. Just let's some other country take its yearly foreign aid allowance and just spend it on giving Venezuelans something. A seed of actual growth. I mean, again, just a short little rant. Why isn't anyone helping Venezuela? Actually helping. And that's it. And helping some time ago. Why hasn't anyone helped some time ago? I really don't understand this. Every time when something, it's like all the countries are suddenly on their own. I really don't quite understand this. I have theories, of course.